Columbus, it's the Stanley Cup playoff round 2, game 3, best of 7, series tied between the Boston Bruins and the Columbus Blue Jackets, and then brought back ahead by Bergeron. Bergeron dips the shoulder, wanted to work it back on for Heinen, no luck there. Jabbed on by Jones, ricochet for a toss at a bad angle, but it winds up being held.
And it'll be Marchand that manages to find him right there, point blank, and really just Bergeron just put it into his pads. It wasn't so much that Bobrovsky moved at all. It was just maybe a little quick on the trigger, Brian.
Battle on now, and Charlie Coyle trying to kick it along. Wenberg played it further, could not get out with the help of Dzingel, and it's walked across by McAvoy. Hit the post with the shot!
The turnover here by Wenberg leads to the opportunity for McAvoy, and he just snaps it in stride, and Bobrovsky not able to pick it up and brings it right off the post. A good opportunity for the Boston Bruins, and for the Blue Jackets, taking care of that puck in their own zone is going to go a long way.
Won by Coyle, taken by Grizzly. Got it to Carlo and on ahead. Johansson brings it further. Gave it across to Coyle, and a great flex save made by Bobrovsky on his strong try.
And this save here by Bobrovsky, awfully difficult when it goes east-west and then back against the grain.
Bumped with Harrington, puck cleared on back, Clifton able to angle one of the boards, and Harrington reads this, plays it safely ahead to Riley Nash, then along to Jenner. Jenner to the slot, score!
After a great sequence by the Boston Bruins, this play, terrific play, move the angle, Rask overcommits to his right, and Jenner makes this nice little move here on Clifton, back across the game. It may have just tipped off the edge of Clifton's stick.
Oh, and I talked about chances going against the grain. Bobrovsky made a good save moments earlier.
Bergeron tried to clear it along, and Jones cuts it off and fires one ahead. Jenner there. Chara defensively. Jenner is shot sent away by Rask, and it knocked out in front. Curling with it is Jenner. His shot off Rask. Rebound. Oh, and it went just wide. My goodness, the net was totally open, and Atkinson saw that one skitter wide. And now we're going to get a penalty call. It's a high stick coming up against the Bruins and Marchand. It came to being 2-0. But it's not. At least yet. Panarin waiting there as Carlo was set to block. He passes on back to Jones. Right back to Panarin again. 15 to go, power play. Panarin gives to Jones once more. On across to Atkinson. Fires! Kick loose in front. And a shot on goal. They score! Matt Duchene. Power play goal.
Not able to get the puck out at any point during this penalty kill. Columbus patient, get it to the net, win battles. Duchene finds a loose change. The tired killers for the Bruins had no answer for the energetic power play of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Great job by Columbus moving the puck, retrieving it, as you pointed out, Bruce. That's just hard work. They outworked the Bruins penalty kill.
This would not work off his skates, and so it is now Krejci. For Kuhlman, and a great save made there by Bobrovsky on a trigger pull there, and another shot that came from Carlo. And here's Carlo again with a shot that's knocked out. Scramble in front and picked up there by Panarin.
Love the way he competes at all times. This save on Kuhlman was about a read. He read it perfectly, had the answer for it.
Bergeron across, Marchand the shot, squabbed right around in the goal crease. Losing his stick was Bobrovsky.
I mean, he's really good, and he's on top of it. Look at the mess that he has to find his way through. Still gets to get his glove on that one, or his blocker. I mean, this is what the Bruins need to continue to do. Get traffic in front of him.
Carson Kuhlman wants to get by. Taken to the boards there by Atkinson. Gets some help from Krejci. Nudged back by DeBrusk. And DeBrusk tries to march back in, and a backhander is held off by Bobrovsky. And a scramble there, and the Bruins are celebrating. And the referee is animatedly saying no goal.
Movement on the outside. Good speed here. Then takes it to the front of the net. Jones tries to cut him off at the pass, but you can see the puck has crossed the line here when the whistle was blown. We couldn't get it. Right there, not in yet. There it is. So obviously the whistle had sounded. had a conversation with Toronto. They're looking at this as if the puck is a continuation of the play.
After video review, the players determined that it was a continuous play, and we had a goal on the ice.
They had two great periods. There's nothing really to change despite the goal against late in the second.
A push around play for Foligno. It kicked around off of Rask. He's still looking for it, and they're still battling, and now he can cover up.
Here off the face-off, Foligno just jumps, wins this battle, picks the pocket, takes it to the net. I mean, the mentality that they've had all game long, aside from maybe the first 7-8 minutes where they looked a little tentative at times, I mean, they've been on it since then.
Lofted back out again by Foligno. Reached there by Anderson. Dealt it up the wing, but right in the path of Chara. But then it's set up by Duchesne. On to Foligno, a shot, and that grabbed and held.
It's a good play here by Duchesne. Drops it off to Foligno. Good release. You can see that.
Plenty of ammo for the cannon. We saw it stored back there. Off this face-off, it comes for Krug, and a save made by Bobrovsky on a scorching, fluttering shot.
Face-off right here, the one-timer. But Bobrovsky can see it all the way. Both defenders diving to try to block the shot, but somehow through a seam, Bobrovsky gets to eyeball it.
Able to keep play alive. Bruins continue the probing here as it's sent by Corrali, and along now to McAvoy again. That one, oh, and the shot off the post from Cherry. Puck's 3 inches wide. Pipes about 2. To the back it comes to Krug, and his shot would not work. Then spun right in on goal off Bobrovsky on the try that came from Heinen.
If you're Boston, don't pass up any shots. You never know. And this one right here, through traffic, and Bobrovsky has to fight that one off. I mean, look at the traffic that he has to fight through to find that.
It went past Marchand. Battled for and gotten back to Marchand. Sent one across and came over to McAvoy. Oh, and getting a piece of that one was Bobrovsky. A scorching shot. Chance to tie it up. But no yet again. Seth Jones took over there. Shoveled one along. This cut off by Pastrnak. Oh, and a sprawling play in front of Pastrnak. Slung one. And then another try. Pastrnak again, a backhander. And that one was shut off by Dubinsky and lobbed back out.
As you see him right here, outstretched once again. I mean, you don't see a goaltender as flexible and as quick and as agile as Bobrovsky is.
Krug able to step back in, peels off and throws one to the corner. Bounced over near Marchand, who's got it. Marchand to the back, ends over to Krug. Drive, a combination. Oh, it's scrambled around there.
Great shot here by Krug to get it to the stick of Patrice Bergeron. The redirection comes right to Bobrovsky, and it just tumbles off to the side. But that's a great play by Torrey Krug, a great redirection. Big read by Bobrovsky, who does it again.
Krejci delays there, gives it across. Drive, and that wouldn't go as it was blocked there by Jenner. The drive coming from the Krug. Flip back along. Krejci there, but stepping on by, and a diving play is wide. A sliding was Foligno.
Chased Nick Foligno down, and it just...
Still they battle up the half boards for the last 7 seconds of play. Comes to the corner and then taken by DeBrusk. Worked out in front of the shot. Fought off by Bobrovsky. Another try. And it won't go. And the Blue Jackets have won it.
To the bitter end, Bobrovsky had to be on top of it.